Hello, I'm going to be showing you the best route I had came up with for high class heist, the Master Thief sprint for Sly-Cooper. You're going to want to first disable all the alarms, including this one and the next one I am coming up on right now. After destroying both of these alarms, you're going to want to destroy the statue on the right of you of Raleigh, and after doing this, you're going to want to head back and destroy this statue and this statue. As you can see, the base is left there, but when you respawn, it will disappear, making it easier to traverse this level when doing the Master Thief sprint. If you planned on using this strat, this will help you achieve the fastest time for a Master Thief sprint. I plan on showing another strat that I have learned later in the video. Make sure you go back to this checkpoint and hit it so it saves your progress before you start the sprint. As soon as you start it up, you should immediately start rolling backwards with your analog stick. If you move slide to the left or right a little, you should reposition your camera to be facing forward again. When traveling up this little incline, you're going to want to hit triangle twice up it so you can maintain your speed. So again, when you're climbing up this incline, you're going to want to roll and roll again to maintain that speed. When coming up to where these laser fields would be, I would like to call them speed bumps, you're going to want to roll past them each time right before you get to it. So what I mean by that is each time you're rolling, right before you get to this speed bump, you're going to want to stop rolling and then roll again immediately after. This will prevent you from getting caught on or stuck on the speed bump. After reaching this door, you can just walk, but if you go to the right where I am right now, you could switch your camera around much easier, which is highly recommended if you want to succeed in this sprint. If you reposition your camera to how I have it, or slam it all the way to the left, it should be much easier to get this roll that I'm doing right now. And it will help you gain an extra second on the sprint. The same rule applies for these speed bumps. You're going to want to roll, and immediately before you hit it, stop rolling and then roll again immediately afterwards. As you come up on this ledge, you're going to want to hit X and square right before you hit it. Once you hit the ground, press triangle to roll. Stop rolling, roll again immediately after. Right before you hit this edge, you're going to want to do a cane jump again, square and X. Double jump to hit the base of the statue. Immediately jump afterwards. Then jump up, go into the proxy, and then launch yourself after pressing circle and X. And then you should be able to finish the Master Thief sprint. Now it's time to explain the proxy, which is semi-difficult. It's pretty easy once you learn how to do it. After you jump off from this edge onto this platform, you'll want to run into this corner, otherwise known as a proxy. Position your camera so that the corner of the bone is covered, as seen in this picture right here. Once positioned, keep running into this corner, and we can move on to the next step. You are going to need the shadow power for this proxy. But while running into the corner, activate your shadow power by pressing the circle button and holding it. And once your left leg reaches its peak, you're going to want to press the X button to jump into the proxy, and then hit X again to double jump. This is what it should look like before you do your first jump. After jumping, you're going to want to hold your analog stick to the left so you can either grab onto the ledge or land directly on the platform. To do this method faster, all you're going to need to do is hold circle and immediately after press X and double jump, and you should be good. Okay, now I will be explaining it all in one full motion. So as soon as you start it up, roll backwards. Move Sly's character a little bit to the left or right to reposition your camera. As you're rolling, you're going to want to roll twice up this incline. So roll once, and then roll again. Right before you hit this speed bump, you're going to want to stop, roll, stop, roll, and then stop and roll. After reaching this door, you're going to be okay if you walk, but you can roll there too if you would like. You're going to want to reposition your camera so it's facing how you would usually face when you start the sprint. Make sure your dive ability is equipped. Jump at this point, hit triangle, switch back to your roll. As you're rolling down, when you reach this point, stop rolling, roll again, and you should be able to roll under the door. Stop, roll again. As you're rolling, right before you hit this speed bump, stop, roll again. And you're going to want to keep doing that same thing along all these speed bumps. The thing to keep in mind before you reach the statue is that you're going to need to position your camera I like to move it about 2 times to the right to do so. Right before you hit this ledge, cane jump, and as soon as you hit the floor, roll, stop, roll again right before you hit that edge. Right before you hit this edge, cane jump again. You want to double jump onto the statue base, jump onto this ledge, and then onto this ledge, onto this platform, run into the proxy, hold circle, and then press X, and then double jump, hold your analog stick to the left, and you should be able to finish the sprint this way. Some side notes here, sometimes if you roll, you'll bounce off these little speed bumps, and you won't have one fluid motion like you see here. So you're going to have to practice that as you go along. Another side note is if you reach this point right here, and it says 51 or 50, you will not be able to achieve a 41-second run like I have. I don't know if a 42-second run is possible, but it seems highly likely. If you want to see the full sprint in its entirety without me talking, I recommend just looking at my channel and looking directly below this video. It should be there. There may be some things you can do to improve this run. Like, I found that if you just roll over these edges instead of jumping over them, it could maybe give you a better time, but I am not sure about that. I have been unsuccessful with my attempts to do that. Another strat I have found seems very useful and can definitely give you a better time. It's just pretty difficult in my opinion. So as soon as you load into the level and you can see the timer, you're going to want to go straight, roll down these edges, roll past this gate, roll past this laser field, roll under this laser, and as soon as you get to this point, super jump backwards, press X squared, and just keep doing this until you get to the timer. Once you reach a timer, you'll need to head over to this painting onto the left of me, as I'm going to right now. You're going to want to jump into this corner, and this corner should fling you all the way back to this point. I can't really show you what it would look like after this because I have not been successfully able to do it in one fluid motion. So you'll have to figure it out from there. Shout out to these guys big time. This is where I learned where the proxies were. I just added on to the strategies that I have seen.